So again, a formal welcome, Ayushi, and I repeat, thanks a lot for your time. Before we proceed, can you give a quick introduction about yourself to everyone so that people know about your profile and what you're doing right now? What did you do before your MBA?
Right. Hello, everyone. And I would firstly say I'm very happy to see so many people right now because I know it's only 1st of June and I started my journey of ISB. Like, I want to go to ISB, GMAT, everything very late, especially the first time around. So, you are in the right place under right guidance. So, congratulations for that. That's the first step. Uh, Coming to me, I am an engineer. I'm a 2020 graduate from Pilani Engineering, electrical engineer. Um, Post bits, I worked for a company called Energy Exemplar. We were the developer of a software called Plexos, which is specifically towards energy markets, energy market modeling, analytics. So very mathematics heavy that way. And I was working as an in-house consultant, analyst of sorts. So it was a very the startup was in very early phases, so I did a whole bunch of things. The role was not very defined, a very exciting experience that way in a very new sector. And then I did my MBA from ISB, of course, and now I'm working with Axis Bank. I am working here as a senior product manager, and it has been
Three
like as I
weeks.
mentioned, like couple of weeks, 3 weeks since I started. So yeah, that's a quick roundabout about me.
So now I wanted to know, I mean, for everyone, not for me, I anyway know that, how exactly this entire plan for MBA happened and when did you start your preparation for GMAT and all, and when did you apply for the first time and everything?
The thought of MBA came honestly from my interaction with a few clients. So my work especially was in the energy transition space. So we used to work with a lot of consulting companies in lieu of that. And I kind of wanted to go on the other side. So I wanted to go towards consulting space itself. And when I talked to our clients, the common response that I got from them was that you need an MBA to come to the other side, even though you have the experience, you would be a great fit. But the hiring process or the structure is such that uh, that is the only way to come here. Otherwise, it is going to take like 3, 4 extra years. And that was my first like that point when I realized that okay, MBA might not be that bad an option. And then I started looking into different options that I have. I gave CAT also. Now this is 2023, so I gave CAT in 2023. I gave GMAT in September of 23, I think October of 23. And yeah, so I, again, as I mentioned, I started off very late. I started preparing for GMAT in September. I gave GMAT the first time around in October. Uh, Wait a second. I think it was October 22,
Two,
not
yeah. First
not
attempt we're talking about, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that is how I basically started. Like I honestly didn't was not able to give as much time as I should have given to GMAT, but I was getting good enough score in mocks, especially going by the ISB average GMAT scores that we got to know at the time. And I ended up applying. I ended up applying through CAT as well. So that was my journey first time around. I got waitlisted in a couple of colleges from CAT. I got into IIM Indore, IIM Kozhikode through CAT.
Can, yeah.
And ISB, I was rejected after interview. I applied in R2.
You had a 690, right? First time.
Yeah, I had a 690. And I, so my decision for MBA was not like well thought of in terms of whether I want to do a 1 year MBA, 2 year MBA. I thought, okay, once I clear, have an offer in hand, then I'll evaluate what all offers do I have and which one should I go to. And at the time, I could not convince myself to go for IIM Indore or IIM Kozhikode. And I thought, okay, I'll give another attempt. And if I'm able to get say, for example, I am K or I am I, with the effort that I have put in, I might as well uh, try for, say, ISB again and do a 1 year MBA instead. So all the ROI and all the calculations that we do back of the envelope, it made sense at the time. So that was it. And uh, the second time around, I knew that I had to apply in R1, especially
Yes.
because um, so it was very difficult in the sense that since I applied in R2, I had to contact my manager to for the LOR and everything. And now everyone in the company knew that, okay, this girl is going to leave the one way or the other. And it was very difficult time in at work from that aspect because now I had to convince them that I'm not only going to stay 1 extra year, I'll stay longer than that. And with that, I had to prepare for GMAT. So uh, that was something that I called upon myself. But yeah, given that all that I had in mind, I was very sure that I want to apply in R1. So I started preparing for GMAT early on. This time I decided that. So I read some logs which said that, okay, for a good GMAT score, you need to put in 100 days of prep, quote unquote, 100 days of prep. So I started like 3 months prior. So my GMAT again was in August. So I started 3 months before that. So I think sometime around this only. And I gave my GMAT towards the end of August. I got a 720. Uh, Again, not very happy with GMAT because I was getting better scores in mocks.
Yeah.
I was constantly getting like 750, 760. So I was not very happy with GMAT. But yeah, and one key detail I forgot to mention was that the first time when I was applying to ISB, I met Anshul then. I think it was 4 or 5 days before the
Interview.
ISB interview,
Yeah.
yeah. And we like put in a lot of effort, at least I feel that. I don't know if Anshul would agree, but I
No,
did
no,
what I could at the time.
you put a lot of effort and you prepared kind of decently well also for those 4 5 days. It's just that your interview also was very unexpected. It went on very unexpected lines because they were not really getting convinced with your post MBA goal.
Yeah, that had to do with the fact that I was aiming for a consulting job when I
Yeah.
was already doing something very similar in a niche domain. So they were not very convinced on why do I want to do this, whether I have thought it through. And because, as I mentioned, I was also in uh, not a state where I could explain it properly because I had deferred that why MBA, which MBA do I need thing to post I got
Yes.
the offer.
Ideally, that's the biggest mistake people do. They think I
Yeah.
will join an MBA, I'll figure out. Completely okay. That thought is fine, but you still need to convince them with a proper plan, even if you fake that plan.
Yeah.
Might not be a true plan, but you need to convince them before during the interview. And for that, as you said, you had not thought it properly. That thought process takes a lot of time. You
Yeah.
cannot get
100%.
that thought properly aligned and properly clear in 4 days or 5 days or even 15 days or 20 days for that matter. It needs a lot of time to get that drilled in your head.
Honestly, Anshul, now that I look back at it, if I would have given it a proper thought, maybe I would have made the cut at a 690.
Yes, yes, yes. There are
Yeah.
many people who made a cut at 690 during your first attempt. This year also there is one girl with 690. She was rejected by Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta 1 year back to back and then got into ISB. 690 exactly. So 690 was not a problem. Of course, it was a very marginal kind of situation where
Yeah.
one mistake and you could have got a reject, which eventually happened.
Yeah.
But the reason I told you that I would not have started training you if I had thought that 690 can be a problem. Huh. Had it been 650, I would have told no, 650 can pose a problem. So let's not get our hopes high and let's not prepare. Let's do next year. But 690 is a very marginal score. You can get in. But yeah, you also need a little bit of luck. This is what I wanted to tell everyone that
Yeah.
your first interview and second interview were completely different. Your second interviews were very, very like kind towards you, and they were very appreciative from beginning only, if I remember correctly from our
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah. And I think initial questions that kind of set the tone of the interview, I sort of fumbled into why am I even sitting here, and all those. And people have been taking interviews for a while, so I think Anshul is also on the interview panel, so he could probably elaborate on that. But it's very very easy to figure out like who has given it a proper thought,
Yeah.
who is just here because they got an interview offer.
Yes. Please,
And
guys, I'm sorry I'm stopping you. Please listen to her again. Take note of what she just said. It's very easy for interviewers to figure out if you have done your homework or not.
yeah.
Or if you have just come here and just randomly you are speaking anything that is coming to your head, it's very easy because generally alums who come for interviews, they always come for interviews for all the years. I mean, it's not like new alums are coming every year. Most of the people have never taken an interview. Well, there are some alums who will keep coming every year because they like doing it. You go without preparation, it will take them 2 minutes to realize that you're just randomly throwing away words without any preparation.
Yeah, and I remember, Anshul, like one of the questions that you kind of also asked me to prepare was which clubs would I want to be a
Yeah.
part of? And like, some sort of both the things, like what would I bring to the club
Yeah.
versus, and also what I want from the club, and a right balance between that. And in my first round of interview, I could not like recall the actual name of the club, like um say for example women in business club. I was not able to recall, so I think I said women of ISB or something. So and at the time I also thought like why should I even know the name of club of
Oh.
the college that I um would join. But now like I'm on the other side, I'll tell everyone and to you also that I now realize that because it's not like an undergrad degree that you are doing because you have to study something. It is the decision of MBA should be well thought of. And knowing about the college, knowing about the clubs, knowing what they actually do on campus and how would you contribute, what would you get, is a big part of what you would get out of your MBA journey. And that was one of the key things that I probably overlooked at the time. And it went to all the things like the courses, the professors, and honestly, more than you know, what we see ISB from outside, internally, the courses, the professors, the clubs, everything plays a very, very big part into how your MBA experience is going to be, which professors you choose, which courses you take, which clubs you join. And I think that is why like the alums who interview you also would take a huge interest in that. So yeah, the second time it was not the case. I knew exactly which clubs I would join, and I ended up doing that as well. So I think second time around I was more prepared. I was very like focused that okay, uh either I'll join ISB this year or I'll change my job because I can't keep asking for LOR from my manager. And okay.
Okay. Guys, just while we are talking, please, whatever questions you want to ask, please put it in the chat. One thing I completely forgot to ask Ayush, it might go a bit tangential. How was it the experience one year in during that 1 year? I never asked as well. I went to Hyderabad. I couldn't come to Mohali, so I couldn't meet you also, but I'll definitely meet you when I come to Mumbai this month or next month, if you have time.
Yeah.
But how was the experience? Just for me also, and just for everyone else as well.
To be
Because
very
you worked really hard for 2 years, 3 attempts in GMAT. I have seen you are working really hard and being really, really on the top of your game, at least for your second attempt. First attempt, you were like a bit, I will not say you were a bit casual, you were just misdirected. But second
Yeah.
attempt, so you did work really hard. Matlab, last attempt, you took 6 days before the GMAT. But yeah, how did it end? Like, what did you feel when you entered, and what did you feel when you finally graduated?
Honestly, like initial week, I would be very, very honest with everyone. It was kind of underwhelming because of the amount of work that I had put in. I thought of like ISB of being something very, very different from what it was, and I thought like everything will be handed out to me, like people would come and talk to me like it's a
Yeah.
very big thing. But it's not like that. Like all the 700 800 people who are there have gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is coming from the same mindset, so it took me some time to settle in. And once I like made my peace with it, that okay, now that part of like the amount of struggle that I uh put in is was something else. This journey is a different leg altogether. Then I started warming up to people. I started seeing everything that they had to offer. For example, like in ISB, we have quads, so four people they live together. And one of my quaddies, she is from SRCC. Then she worked in marketing, and the other one she worked in her family business. The third one she had her own startup, and everyone had very different view of what ISB would be, what ISB has to offer, what their experience coming to ISB has been. And it was all very refreshing. That is from like a very small example of how different background people come together. And when like you come from such different places, there has got to be like some sort of clashes that happens. But ISB like teaches you to be very professional, and you learn to like make the best out of it. Um, so for example, if it is a discussion on how a deck would go like, then everyone is bringing very different perspectives. Everyone is on top of their game. Everyone has to prove that, okay, the experience that I am bringing has also some value. So that is from people point of view. One, I think underrated in terms of how I thought would be was curriculum itself. So I was honestly very pleasantly surprised by the curriculum, how progressive it is in terms of whatever is happening. Like something, for example, Gensol case, it was happening, and our professors incorporated that when we were talking about Indian financial systems. So that is how fast the system, our coursework adapted. And I don't think in any other B school, as at least from what my limited knowledge with people I interact with has been, that it is not the case with other B
Yes.
schools.
It's
So
not. It's not.
I can like very proudly say that the coursework that we have gone through at ISB was very overwhelming, in the sense that I never expected it to be so fast and so adaptive. Then professors, I think professors also like they left a mark. I never expected professors to be coming from an engineering college. I did not expect like professors would hang out with us, professors would have dinner with us, party with us. And um, in those moments, like you make those connects with them where they give their informal opinion. Like for example, I had couple of job offers to choose from, and I
Which offers, if you don't mind sharing?
so
You don't need to take names, just industries.
um one was a consulting offer, and another was Axis Bank,
Access. Okay.
and the third one was my ex-employer calling me back. So I was in a
Oh, nice.
uh,
That's incredible if ex-employer is ready to call you back.
yeah,
I'm assuming with a higher salary.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
higher than Axis as well. So, um,
Oh, higher than access.
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
and it was a very difficult decision because that would have been way more convenient. I would not have to live in Bombay and
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
to a new
Living
city.
in Bombay is the biggest curse of life. No offense to people who are living in Bombay right now. Okay, please continue.
I totally agree. Uh, so it, that sort of support system I did not expect from professors. So I think from people, curriculum professors, everything surprised me. Now the 1 year gave me more than what I expected ISB to give me in a whole different ways. I did not know that this would be what I will be getting from ISB. Of course, there were things that I used to complain about while I was there, but now it has been just 2 months since I left the place, but all the things I look at very fondly at this point. So I think
The
Uh,
more
I
time
would,
you will spend abhi post MBA, you will start realizing that that 1 year of crazy, rigorous life has prepared you for what is coming right now. So you
yeah,
don't,
like,
it's too early for you to realize the importance of that 1 year. Maybe
yeah.
next 1 year, next 2 years, you'll realize that you will see how you're able to do better work than your colleagues. You will see you're not getting overwhelmed by a lot of pressure at work. Even there's a lot of pressure you're still sailing through. You will see the recognition you will get with respect to other people. So you'll start appreciating. Within a year, you'll start really appreciating the benefit of.
Yeah. I never knew, Anshu, like there are so many things you can do in 24 hours. So
Yes, yes,
that is one of the biggest takeaways.
yes.
But in like, so I'm so sorry, I'm going on for 1 year explaining how
Yeah,
1 year.
yeah. Let's
But
let's come back to the no.
yeah.
Any person who has just graduated, if I ask them to talk about that 1 year, they can keep going on and on for 2 hours. I know. Let's try to talk about a few things that are more pertinent to for the people who are present. Sumit has asked, did you end up changing your post MBA goal in your second attempt essays? Because first attempt, the challenge became your post MBA goal, convincing the interviews in your post MBA goal. If you could elaborate on specifics you did differently to align your pre MBA career to your post MBA goal, that would be great.
So, Sumit, honestly, no, because I at the time I felt that it would be the right career move for me. I wanted to go from a consulting role for a very niche domain, very niche firm, to something that I can take all the skills that I've learned over there and apply it in a management consulting type of role. So that felt like a natural progression and honestly extremely simple to justify in an interview compared to if I want to go, say, for a finance role or a product role. Uh, at the time, in terms of justifying in the interview, one second in terms of what I felt that I should do post MBA, both the things completely aligned, and I did not change the goal. I don't think the issue was with the goal itself, but
Yeah.
how much I believed in the goal. So I no to answer your question, no, I did not change my post MBA goal.
Anjali is asking, how did you approach your second attempt essays differently from the first?
I think the essays completely changed now.
Changed, yeah. Just to let everyone know, for Ayushi, the not only essays, the entire application changed. Instead of 2 essays, now they had to write 3 essays. Third one was not mandatory, but I specifically asked everyone to write it properly and not ignore it. They removed the hobbies part. Hobbies
Yeah.
part was not there, and for the first time, they asked to write a resume, submit a one-page resume. So yeah, still Ayushi, how did you like? What did you do differently?
Uh, So I think in the first time, there was one essay which was on the post MBA goals
Yeah.
that I completely like copy pasted
Copy
again.
pasted with reduced word limit. Earlier it was
Yeah.
400 word, then it became 250 word.
Yeah.
So I just asked you to छोटा कर दो उसको फालतू की चीजें हटाओ 250 में लिख के सबमिट करो.
But the essence was the same. That was my third essay. The first two essays to completely changed. Like I don't remember, Anshul, what was the other essay?
First one was your strength and weaknesses, where you did a lot of you
No,
got
no,
a lot of
that one I
scolding.
remember. This part, this one I remember. I don't remember.
For your first attempt, the first essay was how will you contribute to peer learning at ISB?
Oh yeah, yeah. I honestly would never want to read that essay again. So to give some context, guys, I was so confident that I would get into ISB without any help that I wrote the essay myself. I did not get it reviewed by a lot of people. I just got it reviewed by a couple of friends who are not even from ISB.
Yeah, please guys do not do this
Do not
mistake.
do that. Do
Please.
not do that.
10th and 12th में आप लोग ट्यूशंस लेते थे और यहाँ पे ऐसे रैंडमली सबमिट कर देते हो. प्लीज डू नॉट डू दैट.
Yeah. I got the interview call. I was lucky. Not everyone is. So I think the interview call was just like I did not do anything that is advisable. So please don't go by my story at least the first time around. The second time, the one of the essays, as Anshul mentioned, was strengths and weaknesses, and the other one was something
One success,
that
one failure. One
one
success,
success,
one failure.
one failure. Yeah. So yeah, essays were completely different. So uh, there was not a lot of like,
There were no overlap between
no overlap that I
yeah,
could do.
to do it from scratch. Okay, Rahul is asking, how did you your work ex was very niche. How did you explain it in your resume and essays? Also, is a little fake now done? No,
No.
I don't think
No.
so. But yeah, please go ahead.
Uh, no, I mean, fakeness is fine if you are someone who can catch up with the questions pretty quickly. I am not one of those people, so I did not do that. What I have done, it is so hard for me to justify that. I could not have taken that risk to
No, don't
write.
be so modest. You did a lot in at least by the time it was your second attempt, you had decent amount of achievements at work to talk about.
Yeah, but like, you know, saying it in a way that would come across as
Yes,
very, very impressive, that is not something that I used to do a lot.
yes.
Uh, so that is why I said like whatever I had done, that explaining that, like, preparing for that was a task in itself. So I did not want to take any extra things there. And I, as Anshul mentioned, I think being at a company for 3.5 years gives a lot of like room for you to grow, to have those things that you can write over there. And while the experience was niche, in terms of the domain that company operates in, to be specific, it is energy transition. So it is something that people talk about or like to hear about a lot. So that thing helped me there. Like when I say that we were helping, say, um, Europe with energy transition projects. So that is something that catches the attention very quickly, and everyone wanted to hear like, what did you exactly do within that? So that part actually helped. But then translating the mathematical optimization, heavy technical things to something that I can talk to someone, say, coming from a marketing background. That was a task which I had to put in like a lot of effort so that I don't lose the attention. I am able to explain what I'm trying to at the point. So I spent more time doing that, like uh, preparing myself so that I can talk about work in a way that is understandable, and sticking to what I've done, what I can explain uh, more.
Shares asking, what were your sources of research or preparation for the interview?
Anshul.
Yeah, but
And
still, like, can you elaborate a bit more? Like you just mentioned a very nice thing, how to talk about your achievements and your work in a way that anyone can understand. And we just had a similar info session with someone who is currently at ISB. He's an investment banker. His name is Het Chande, and he was also a reapplicant just like you. And he's a typical investment banker. And his interview, he got someone with 15 years of marketing experience. Now his challenge was to explain everything to that person from scratch. Exactly what you just mentioned, that how to explain your achievements in a way that the other person will understand first, and other person will also find it impressive enough to mark you higher in the interview parameters. So
yeah.
if you said you worked really hard, so how did you like, if you can elaborate for the people who are here?
So very funny thing happened like after I submitted my application, and when people started getting interview calls, there was some a document upload that we had to do, which I did wrong, and
Yeah.
then I got a call from ISB admissions team that this document is wrong, and then I had to re-upload those. It was related to my employment verification, salary slips, and everything, and because of that, I got the interview call very, very late.
Very
Like
late.
people, so you get like a message, an email that you have been shortlisted for interview and your dates will be communicated in some time. I got that the first time that I applied. I did not get it the second time. So it was like radio silence for my application. And I I was very confused, like, what will I do? Um, there were some interviews happening for some of the cities. I was supposed to interview in Bangalore, and apparently Bangalore's interview happened towards the end. Uh, but through all this, I was also speaking to you, Anshul. I think
Yeah.
now I'm not getting the call and everything, but everyone, including Anshul, like showed a lot of like confidence that you will be getting at least the interview call. If you got it at 6:90, you will get it at 7:30. Um, and now your profile is also stronger and everything. So I started preparing for the interview side by side, even though I had that doubt that I might not even be shortlisted for the interview. I started preparing. And this time, what I tried to do was I wanted to be very, very sure whether what I have written in my application, whether um, I will be able to justify it. And the way I thought I should go about it is by talking to people
Yeah.
who have a similar career path as me. So
Just
I reached out.
just wanted to again, I want to elaborate. I want you to elaborate on this because you have written in my testimonial that you ended up talking to 20, 30 alums or more
Yeah,
than that, I guess.
yeah.
So, and showed them your application and got some insights from them. So, how did you approach them? What questions you asked them? Can you please tell me? So, during your batch, I left it to you guys to do this. I just said that you should do this. This time, I have institutionalized it. I have made a list of questions. I have given these questions to everyone. I have taught them how to reach out to alums, and I'm forcing them to prepare a document with all the insights that they are getting from alums and submit it to me. So I want you to tell everyone the importance of doing this exercise, people, because people don't realize how important it is. Because you did it on your own. I
Yeah.
just told you to do it, but you did without any prompt and all you did it. So I want you to tell everyone what all did you do, because even I don't know what all you did. I only got to know when you wrote the testimonial that okay, she has done so much in the back end also without me intervening. So can you tell everyone how important it is to talk to alums?
Yeah. So, what my goal was to get maximum response from people,
Hmm.
and um, the easiest way I figured out would be for people having the same undergrad, um, people from the same undergrad college, one, and second, people who are going into companies where generally people from my startup used to go.
Okay.
So some sort of connect that I have apart from just ISB and being an ISB applicant. So that was my strategy, and then I uh, like kind of reached out to around 30-35 people, and I was expecting like 5-10 replies, and like couple of people would get on a call with them, but I ended up getting replies from around 25-30 people. There were only very few people who did not um, reply to my uh, LinkedIn.
Sometimes being a female helps.
Or maybe my message was good, but who knows?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just on a lighter note, guys, don't take it.
Yeah. So
She
yeah,
knows my sense of humor, so she will not mind, but please, other people don't mind my uh, sense of humor.
um,
Okay, you please continue,
yeah,
Ayushi.
yeah. So I got the replies. I started talking to them. I for people who I could get on a call with. Um, Mostly, like I had some questions, like for example, if I'm reaching out to someone who was, say, head of Energy Sustainability Club, I talked to them only about Energy Sustainability Club because that was something that I thought that I had also written in my application that I plan to lead that club, and I thought if the question comes in the interview, I can talk about it. So that was like very pinpointed. Like I did not ask everything from everyone, but like thoda contextualized it. Um, and For someone who say worked in energy sector post ISB, from them I talked about what jobs ISB has to offer in energy sector. For someone who like completely pivoted like I did now, from them I talked about how did the pivot look like, what all did you do in your time, how much did the market help, how much did your prep help, all those. So I'm prepared from sort of all angles. Like I and then I try to remember names of key people. Like I could say that okay, I talked to say energy sustainability lead from class of 2012, and uh, so I tried to remember the names. I did some mapping in my head. So I had some mnemonics in my head, like, okay, I'll remember the names this way, and all that. At least I plan to remember which class they were part of,
Yeah.
uh, rather than names. Um, and I think that was my way around it. And I also like kind of documented what everyone is saying
Yeah.
and which part of that would I want in my answer. Uh, that was there, and uh, yeah, I think that is how I went about it. So you get like 1.5 month time uh, to do all this.
No,
So
I'm
this,
making them do right now only.
oh, nice.
We say, why to like waste time here?
Yeah.
And these are all insights I got from your batch and your junior batch too. That it there are Sayantini is in current batch. She ended up talking to someone for 2 hours, and that person was the head of marketing club for the previous batch, and she quoted all those insights in her real interview. And I realized after all this, after your testimonial and Sayantini's and two or three other people, I realized this can be a game changer if I institutionalize it and make them do it as a part of my mentorship. Now, most of the people are doing it, and I hope we'll get good results out of this exercise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very funny. Like I talked to this person who was also like chief growth officer for a company, and I spoke to him for a very long time. He also like ended up telling me that don't go to ISB, come join us
Oh,
in energy sector only. Like
nice. You
uh,
never know which doors will open at what time by
yeah,
just by talking to people.
yeah. So I had that also when I was giving my interviews that okay, I can probably reach out to this guy. But in my interview, when that person, I remembered that the person told that he's from class of 2010. So I
Hmm.
like kind of did that mapping in my head then and there that okay, somehow I will name drop this guy that I remember,
Very
who
smart.
I spoke to because probably they remember each other and it will show that I have done some research and everything. So when you guys will also talk to so many people, something somewhere would work out. Like it won't all go into waste,
Yes.
and you will be able to show that very objectively in your interview, some way or the other. Uh, Either it will reflect in the quality of answers, it will reflect into some like name dropping, like I did, or some way it will help. And I think it's a very nice thing to do. And it will also give clarity whether it's the right ISB is the right fit for you. So it's not just school choosing us, it's also us like thinking whether this will be a right career choice. So I think it is very nice. Like I should have probably done that well in advance. So but yeah, I think very nice.
Nilanjan is asking, how did you justify consulting to consulting switch in the interview? You did it for both of your attempts. Second time you did it successfully. So how was it?
New industries. I want to learn about new industries. I want to learn about new verticals. So I was working in analytics and modeling for energy sector. I wanted to do for say operations, for marketing, for a whole bunch of other things in different sectors. So that is how I try to justify that my goal eventually is to uh, lead probably energy practice or to start up something of my own. And I think ISB plus consulting, management consulting role would give me that launch pad. So that is how I justified it. I connected it to a very distant goal that I have in mind, and like I would consider this as a building block to it. And I think it's a very generic answer that everyone gives, but I sort of connected it with what,
Personalize it.
yeah, personalize it.
Chirag is asking, what went wrong in your first interview? We
Oh,
already
everything.
discussed it in brief, but can you thoda sa elaborate?
Everything. Like, um, uh, the I honestly felt that they didn't like me from the get-go. Uh,
Oh,
uh, cup, how do I explain? Like, it's just that you get the vibe that this
vibe, yeah.
person is not even
First
interested
few
in
minutes, if you're not
speaking.
able to make that connect and kind of impress them, then that entire interview goes on a sad note.
Yeah. And then that person ended up telling me that you don't even know why you want to do
Yeah.
MBA. I think you should, you have a very good career till now, and you should do things with more clarity. Like it turned into a therapy session for me. I'm sure Anshul would have also done it to a few people.
No, I don't. I smile. Uske baad I mark. I was sharing this incidents with few people. There's this girl, she just graduated from IIM Ahmedabad, and she was I was her panelist in her ISB interview. Just a coincidence, I saw her getting featured in the LinkedIn page of IIM Ahmedabad, and I realized, oh, I have interviewed her. I have ranked her lowest. I have
Oh yeah, I
never,
remember. I remember.
I'm like, you
Yeah.
cannot interrupt your interviewer. And you cannot say, oh, after 6 years of experience, my soft skills are good enough for any field. These are biggest disasters in ISB interview. And I was smiling. I was thought very cordial, very nice with her. But when it was time for me to mark, I'm like, I gave her like 1 or 2 out of 5 in everything. And I forced other people also to agree, other panelists, कि नहीं नहीं इसको 3 नहीं देना किसी में please. You cannot give her 3 in active listening or communication or there are 3 4 other parameters in communication. So ISB interview is all nice. They are nice to you, and it will not go very vigorous or extremely controversial or very stressful, but they will mark you low if you do stupid things there. And if you show lack of clarity, if you show lack of research, if you're not really sure why you want to do an MBA, they will be nice and smiling, but they will rank you lower. Anyway, anything else? Because I really don't want to stress Ayushi and stress me as well, myself as well, I mean. Any other questions before we can call it a day? Ayushi has been very, very helpful, specifically connecting to the alums wala part because there had to be someone who reinforces it. I mean, I'm doing it, but I'm doing it as a mentor. If someone does it uh, as an alum who has just graduated and who has benefited a lot out of this exercise, I think people will now understand the importance of connecting to alums. Thanks a lot, Ayushi. Thanks a lot for your time. And hopefully, I'll see you this month or next month.
Let's
Okay?
see.
Keep yourself free on a weekend, and we'll definitely catch up.
Yes,
Okay.
sure and sure. Thank you, everyone.
Bye
Very
bye.
good
And
questions.
thanks again for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.